Hello and welcome to the channel. I want to say thank you guys again for supporting the channel, subscribing, and watching the videos. Getting really positive receptions on the car videos. I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Anyway, let's get to this video. Now, if you have yourself a manual sports car, all right, and it comes with rev matching or any of that kind of system, the first thing you need to do is you need to turn that shit off. All right, just do it. Turn it off. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about, or should I say, I'm going to be covering this article. Shifting from fifth to second at speeds didn't go well for this GR Yaris. And you won't believe what happens. Actually, you can believe what happens, you know. I've done it before where I downshifted. Wrong gear. But I quickly press the clutch and go to the right gear. But you gotta be fast. You only have like seconds before it shoots that RPM all the way up to the red line, and that will blow up your engine, even though it sounds like a turbo, you know. Anyway, let's go. All right, if you guys watch my other videos, I don't know, I praise the Toyota JR. Like that, it's a nice looking car. And it's all-wheel drive. It's small, it weighs pretty much nothing, and has a ton of power. Anyway, the GR Yaris is an excellent hatch that comes with a manual gearbox, which is most important. The peers are definitely delighted, although, as YouTuber Robert Mitchell recently discovered, this can also get you into trouble. Mitchell works at Apex, Nürnberg, and Green Hell. Has these heaps of experience at the famed German racetrack. Earlier in the month, he headed out for some laps in his newly delivered GR Yaris. At one stage, he inadvertently downshifted. That's a long way, man. Coming from the fifth gear to second rather than fourth. The YouTuber says he realized his mistake the instant he started to let out the clutch and quickly corrected the shift. Despite this, he wasn't quick enough to stop the engine from revving well beyond the red line. Interesting, the GR Yaris seemed fine immediately after the shift. In fact, Mitchell drove around the circuit for a further 5 laps that same day and didn't encounter any issues, noting that the car was still delivering all of its power. Unfortunately, the engine started to stumble when he returned to Nürnberg the following day, and before long, it died completely. Mitchell isn't yet sure of what happened to the engine, but notes that his team discovered one of the cylinders had no compression, leading him to speculate that he may have cracked a rocker arm. A local Toyota dealership has been tasked with working out what's wrong with the car, although Mitchell notes that dealers have yet to provide with service manuals. So how can that be avoidable? Well, pay attention to what you're doing, man. Just do that. Honestly, like these things happen. It happened to me a few times, but I was able to catch it at the right time. But that is why I implore you to disable your rev matching, because it happened to me on the R. Now, the automatic rev matching, like as soon as you downshift, it's gonna match that rev. Even like as soon as you start letting go off the clutch, like it'll match it right away. So I've learned quickly on that I shouldn't have this system in the car, especially if you know, you know, you know, especially when it's it's go time. You want to like, yeah, I disabled it. I've done it once where I did have the rev matching on, and it just, like I said, it catches it right away. And if you're in the wrong gear, you can end up blowing your motor like that. For me, luckily, like as soon as it happens, I realized that I was in the wrong gear. I pushed the clutch down again and then tried to change it to the right gear. Like before it catches it all the way, I slam the clutch and switch it. Um, that's how actually my little brother, he blew his motor like that. he yeah, he shifted to the wrong gear. What is that called? I think it's called power shifting. And it happened to me, I want to say 2 or 3 times, but it happened to me one time, I want to say on the blue Civic, the 1.5 liter Civic hatchback sport. It happened to me, but that one doesn't have the rev matching, so I can be able to catch that quickly before anything gets damaged. But like I said before, if you have any one of these cars, like the new Mustang, if you have the new Type R, if you have any sports cars that have rev matching, turn that shit off. I'm telling you, turn it off and just learn how to balance the power when you're downshifting, and just learn how to do that heel toe. For me, I could never learn heel toe because my freaking feet's too big. You would figure that I can do it, but I can't do it. So the way I do it is like, when I downshift, I will downshift, and then I quickly will try to match it up with the revs and just catch it that way so I can just keep going. So I got pretty decent at it. Um, there's different ways that you can learn how to match that rev yourself instead of having the car do it, because like I said, if you go to the wrong gear, the car will automatically just try to rev it, or I'm sorry, to try to catch that rev as quickly as you let go of that clutch. Doesn't matter. It just like, as soon as you go down, it just tries to match the rev right away. So I think that might be the situation that happened here. I don't know. Um, it does say the car does come with rev matching. So hold on a second. Okay, here it is. Here I highlighted it because I didn't want to lose it. It says the power comes from a tiny 1.6 liter inline 3-cylinder engine. Yes, all 257 horsepower, 266 pound-feet of torque, just from 3 cylinders, and a 6-speed manual transmission with rev matching is standard. And usually when that stuff is standard, rev matching is automatically turned on. You have to turn it off yourself. That's why, like I've been saying in this video, if you have one of those sports car or any sports car that have rev matching, just turn it off, especially if it's a manual gearbox, just in case, you might have go to the wrong gear. You can still catch it before the rev goes way too high. um, yeah, that's all I got to say in this video. Let me know if you guys liked this video, if it was entertaining for you, or whatever. If you make it this far, obviously you should subscribe and like the video. You have yourself a very lovely day. All right, I'm out.